Surging UFC heavyweight contender Tom Aspinall has taken the MMA world by storm with his meteoric rise up the rankings. Fresh off a dominant first-round knockout of Sergei Pavlovich, Aspinall appears poised to challenge the division's elite. Could a super fight with former light heavyweight king Jon Jones be next? In this video, we'll break down Aspinall's incredible journey from prospect to contender and make the case for booking a blockbuster showdown with Bones in 2023. You heard that right, we're talking Aspinall versus Bones in this epic video. Trust me, after hearing about Aspinall's insane power and well-rounded skills that have made him a force in the UFC's heavyweight division, you'll be just as convinced as I am that this is the fight to make. Alright, let's get into it. Hailing from Atherton, England, Tom Aspinall was born into a family passionate about martial arts. His father Andy was an acclaimed British judo champion. At the tender age of 7, young Tom started training under his father's guidance. Judo soon evolved into submission wrestling and boxing. While most kids were playing video games, Tom was honing his skills on the mats. Talk about an early start to his fighting career. Tom continued training throughout his teenage years, adding Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing to his growing arsenal. Aspinall's journey wasn't without its challenges. After completing school at age 16, he experienced a growth spurt that saw him grow from 5 feet 8 inches to 6 feet 5 inches, causing intense growing pains. But he didn't let this deter him. Instead, he used it as motivation to push harder and reach new heights. Fresh off signing a 5-fight contract, Tom Aspinall plunged into the thrilling world of professional MMA. His journey began in 2014 when he was just 21, and he made a splash by securing a submission victory in his pro debut. Aspinall spent the next 5 years honing his skills and building an impressive record, primarily fighting for renowned British promotions like BAMMA, Full Contact Contender FCC, and Cage Warrior CW. His lethal submissions, a testament to his judo training under his father, led him to 3 consecutive first-round finishes. After a lightning-fast TKO victory against Satish Jamai that ended just 9 seconds into the fight, Aspinall faced a setback. He suffered his first pro loss by heel hook against Stuart Austin. But true to his resilient spirit, Aspinall took it as a learning experience and came back stronger. In his comeback fight, Aspinall demonstrated that his striking was now as formidable as his elite grappling. He scored a first-round knockout win just a minute into the fight. This victory set the stage for his fight with Lukas Parbic, where he suffered his second loss. He again made a comeback, but this time with 3 consecutive wins, all in the first round. This emphatic finish sealed the deal. At 7-2, Aspinall had proved himself as an elite British prospect, ready to take the UFC by storm. Fresh off signing a 5-fight contract, Tom Aspinall was ready to make his mark in the UFC. His first opponent was supposed to be Rafael Pessoa, but fate had other plans. Pessoa withdrew due to an injury and was replaced by Jake Collier. However, the event was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But Aspinall didn't let this setback deter him. The fight was rescheduled, and Aspinall made a thunderous debut at UFC on ESPN 14, winning via first-round technical knockout and earning the Performance of the Night award. Aspinall's second UFC appearance was a roller coaster of changes. He was initially set to face Sergei Pavlovich, but Spivak withdrew for undisclosed reasons. Aspinall instead faced promotional newcomer Alan Baudot and continued his winning streak with a first-round technical knockout. Next, Aspinall faced Andrei Arlovsky, a seasoned veteran of the sport. Aspinall showcased his superior grappling skills and won the fight via submission in round 2, earning another Performance of the Night award. Aspinall's journey in the UFC was far from smooth. He was scheduled to face Sergei Pavlovich, but Pavlovich was removed from the card due to visa issues. Aspinall instead faced Sergei Spivak and won the fight via first-round technical knockout, earning his third Performance of the Night bonus award. Aspinall's next fight was a major step up in competition. He was initially scheduled to face Shamil Abdurakhimov, but ended up facing Alexander Volkov instead. Aspinall won the fight via straight armbar submission in round 1, earning yet another Performance of the Night award. Aspinall then faced Curtis Blades, a formidable opponent. Unfortunately, he lost the fight by technical knockout due to a knee injury. But Aspinall is not one to stay down for long. After a year off due to his injury, Aspinall made a triumphant return to face Marcin Tybura. He won the fight via TKO just over a minute into the first round, earning his 5th Performance of the Night bonus award. This marked a spectacular comeback for Aspinall, proving once again his resilience and determination. With this statement win, Aspinall showed he was truly ready to fight the best heavyweights in the world. At 13-3, the sky was the limit for the British standout. After knee surgery kept him out for the rest of 2022, Aspinall returned in November 2023 at UFC 295 to fight the surging Sergei Pavlovich, who was himself on a 6-fight KO streak. The MMA world was watching closely. Could Pavlovich's power derail the Aspinall hype train, or could Tom pass this test with flying colors too? We got our answer fast. Pavlovich rushed forward with punches in the opening seconds, but Aspinall was ready. 60 seconds into the first round, he changed levels and landed a perfectly timed right punch that floored Pavlovich instantly. Aspinall swarmed with precise follow-up shots until the referee pulled him off. The fight was waved off at just 69 seconds of round 1. Pavlovich had been flatlined. Aspinall had just authored his most spectacular KO yet on MMA's biggest stage. He cemented his status as the top rising threat to UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou's throne. Which brings us to the question, who should Aspinall fight next on his title quest? Well, I've got the perfect name for you. Alright guys, here's where things get really exciting. Now sitting at 14-3 and ranked in the UFC heavyweight top 5, Tom Aspinall is ready for the biggest challenge of his career. And there's no better option right now than former light heavyweight king Jon Jones. Since vacating his 205-pound belt in 2020, Jones has spent the last 3 years reshaping his body to make a run at heavyweight gold. He recently had a bout and won via guillotine choke, crowning him the UFC heavyweight champion. Currently, he looks bigger and more dangerous than ever. Jones plans to return to the octagon sometime this year against Stipe Miocic, but a matchup with the surging Aspinall is the perfect way to reintroduce him. It's a classic veteran versus upstart contender story. Stylistically, this is an insane clash of opposite approaches. Aspinall does his best work on the feet, using his crisp boxing, lethal power, and underrated speed to put opponents away. Just ask Pavlovich. Meanwhile, Jones is arguably the greatest takedown artist and submission specialist in MMA history. Of his last 15 wins, only 2 have come by knockout. Bones does his best work on the ground, slowly wearing you out until he finds an opening for a submission. So this fight comes down to a simple question. Can Aspinall's next-level striking overcome Jones's wrestling and grappling advantages to land the KO shot? Or will Jones drag Aspinall into deep waters and drown him with his trademark grinding style? The undefeated Aspinall taking on the all-time great Jones is the heavyweight super fight we need, and I really believe Tom has all the skills to hand Jones his first legit loss. He just has to stay off his back and land bombs, which we know he has the power to do. Easier said than done, of course. But if Aspinall sticks to the right game plan, I think he can shock the world with a knockout against Jones. However this one goes down, expect an instant classic war for the ages. I don't know about you fight fans, but I'm 100% here for Aspinall versus Jones with the heavyweight throne on the line. I see this as a classic striker versus grappler matchup. Aspinall needs to stay off his back, maintain distance, and deliver fight-altering power punches. Easier said than done against an all-time great tactician like Jones. But if Aspinall sticks to the right strategy, I believe he has a real shot at handing Jones his first legitimate loss. The Brit's combination of speed, athleticism, and explosiveness could be the perfect formula to dethrone the former king. Either way, Aspinall versus Jones is the heavyweight super fight we need. Expect an instant classic with the divisional throne on the line. I don't know about you, but I can't wait. Let me know in the comments, do you want to see Aspinall versus Jones? Who are you picking and how does it play out? Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video and remember to subscribe for more in-depth fight analysis and commentary. See you next time for more total MMA knockout coverage.